Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to make shortbread with little bases. That's Krampus. Also Krampus. A third Krampus. Let me show you how to make these. Shortbread. Super easy, super delightful, and you should make them. And here, let me show you how. Alright, so first thing is we are going to get our flour. So with the shortbread, it is super easy. 3, 2, 1 is the ratio. 3 for the flour, 2 for the butter, 1 for the sugar. So in this case, 300 grams of flour, 200 grams of butter. We cut it into cubes because it's going to be easier to like mix in here in a second. So just go ahead and dump that on in. And then 100 grams of sugar. We are going to use brown sugar today because I want to make brown sugar cinnamon shortbread because that sounds delightful. And yeah, so dump that on in. And then I'll show you how we kind of incorporate it and make it nice and incorporated. That's the same word, but that's what we're going to do. And the freaking cinnamon. Measure with your heart. It's cinnamon. Feels about right. So we are just breaking the bigger pieces of butter down. We are getting them all incorporated into the flour. And you just do that by breaking up the bigger pieces, tossing them around in the flour like you're seeing here. I got super excited when I dumped them in, so that's why you see these massive all clumps. Now you really just get your hands in there and you're just slowly incorporating all the ingredients in together. And as you see, I'm rubbing it on my thumbs and fingers so they can kind of become little small, smoother discs. And that kind of just helps it evenly distribute a little bit better. And as you see, it is just going to continue and you are going to get your dough down to this consistency, kind of sandy, and it is eventually going to come together. We're getting there. It honestly is a labor of love. I mean, you're making some shortbreads. It's not like that laborious, if I'm being honest with you, but it does take a little bit of effort and it will really just start coming together and you'll know when it comes together because it just comes together. Boom, we got a little ball. And now we're going to shape it into a little disc like so because it's going to be easier to roll out after it's chilled. Our dough is chilled, been chilled for about an hour. Okay, so now we are going to roll it out. And we're going to put our, so we can cut it with our cookie cutters. Now, Christiana got me these cool ones. Look at this. See, we don't know what shape it is. Bam! Krampus. Got me a couple more. Another one. Bam! Gingerbread Krampus. Another one. Bam! Different Krampus. So we're going to cut these. I'm going to make 12 cookies, so 4 of each. That's fast math. And yeah, put it on. And then I'll get to there in a second. 1 second. Before you get rolling, make sure to get a little flour on your rolling pin. And then just a light layer on top of your dough so that whenever you go to roll it, because there's a ton of butter in here, right? It's like 33% of the whole thing. So you want to work fast so the butter doesn't melt, but also so nothing sticks. So you just want to roll this out, give it a little bit. And after you're done, you can just brush the excess flour off because you don't want that. But anyways, just an easy way to make sure you're not getting it stuck to your rolling pin. Check these out. It's looking sick. Okay, now we have to let these sit in the freezer for about 10 minutes, 30 minutes in the fridge because you want to let the cookies solidify because otherwise all the butter is going to run out because we have taken a little bit of time making these prints and so the other cookies are a little warm right now. So you need to make sure that the butter on the inside is cold again. So 10, 15 minutes in the freezer, 30 minutes in the fridge, something like that so they can harden up and then we're going to put them in the oven. Get yourself a cup of tea while you're waiting so you're not just waiting by yourself with nothing. All right, so we have waited 30 minutes in the fridge. We are ready to pop them in. I'm gonna give a little dusting of some powdered sugar just on top. So hopefully like the slight caramelization helps show the pictures a little bit more. I am always a little afraid whenever using like stamps or anything that the face ain't gonna come out. And then, I mean, worst case, you have a wonderful cookie, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't have the thing. But we wanna see the cool stuff. So I'm gonna do like another little trick. Hopefully it helps. But oven is set at 300. We're gonna put it in for about 25, 30 minutes till they're golden brown. That's a little tricky with like brown sugar. So because it's already brown, like a darker brown. So you just wanna make sure that whenever you like take it out of the oven, you can slide your little spatula under and see if there is like a nice little like darker color under, and that's usually your tell that they're done. But we'll get to that point whenever we get there and we will see some cool cookies on the other side. We got them out of the oven. We got some cool looking cookies. Check it out. Little Krampus. Look at these little things. They're so cool. The coolest little cookie cutter. Now I will say, obviously, like as you are rolling out your cookie dough, sometimes you have to, take the scraps, put it back together. So some of the second batch, I did get some little menaces that look like this, who are all chaos. But moral of the story, whatever. Moral of the story, had some fun making some cookies. Shortbread are super easy to make. So hopefully you make some, because not only are they super easy, but they're super delightful, and you can punch some faces in. So, and make sure whenever you do that, so you can avoid this little mishap here, that you roll it out to the same thickness from the first rollout to putting the scraps back together, doing it again, because that's how you end up with chaos like this. But Krampus is kind of chaotic, so I guess it fits. Anyways, happy snacking.